Hi, in this video, we're going to try one more example of graphing a parabola by using a XY table. So the problem is this. Graph y equals x squared minus 4x plus 1. Find the vertex and axis of symmetry. All right, well, let's start. We'll do this in pieces here. Let's start with our XY table. And over here, let's make our graph. And since I'm not really sure where this is going to land, okay, like that. So right net where it crosses is going to be 0, 0. Here's 1, 2, 3. And you can see that we're just going to use the graph paper. 1, 2, 3. And if we need to go higher or lower, we can always do that. Here's -1, -2. And you can also go below the x-axis is -1 on the y. There's -2 on the y. All right, let's graph this. So if you're not sure where to start, usually a safe place to start is 0. So if I try 0, then I want to find out what y is going to be. So whoops. So what I would do is I plug x into my equation above. So this is going to give me a 0 squared minus a 4 times 0 plus 1. And if you work through that, it looks like y is 1. So let's just graph that point. I'll do this and make my graph in red. So when x is 0, y is 1. So that's this red point right there. Okay. Now let's try another one. Oops, we're in magenta mode today. So here, let's try 1 again. Or sure, let's try 1. X is 1, then we have y equals 1 squared minus 4 times 1 plus 1. That's going to be 1 minus 4. That's minus 3 plus 1 more is minus 2. Oh, so it goes down. So when x is 1, let's see where that puts us. Y is -2, so that's going to put me over here. Huh. So here's part of our parabola going this way now. All right, let's see. I'm going to undo my little line there. Clean it up in a moment. So we got to figure out, though, where it makes its turn. That's the vertex we're looking for. So let's try to the left of -1 of 0. So that would be at -1. We're going to look at both sides of what we've already put on. We've got -1, and let's go out to +2 and see what happens. So let's see, at -1 I get y equals -1 squared minus 4 times -1 plus 1. Well, this is going to be 1 plus 4. That's 5, 6. So now we're at 6 here. Oops, this is -2. So now at -1, I go all the way up to 6. 3, here's 4, 5, goes all the way up to 6. So this point, so now my next point, -1, 6, oops, -1, 6 is up here now. Right there. It looks to me, it looks like that is getting really steep. So I'm thinking maybe it'll start to change out at 2. But let's just try the numbers. And at this point, that's all you can do is just try values and watch it begin to take shape. So y equals 2 squared minus 4 times 2 plus 1. Well, let's see, 2 squared, that's 4. 4 times 2 is -8. So 4 minus 8 is -4, plus 1 is -3. Oh, so look at what happens here. That one only at 2, we go all the way here to 2, and it drops down to -3. Oh, so it doesn't take such a big step. I bet that might be our lowest point. So the only way to know that, though, is to try what happens at x equals 3. So here we go. Let's try 3. So now I have y equals 3 squared minus 4 times 3 plus 1. 3 squared, that's 9. 9 minus 12 is negative 3 plus 1 more is negative 2. And there it is. Look at what happened. At 3, and you go all the way over to 3, it only goes down to negative 2. And that means we've found our vertex. So here's what our parabola looks like. It starts from the vertex and it curves up. You can see it gets really steep here up to this next point. And then it makes its turn and goes right back up the other side. And at this point, actually, we've done everything we need, because look at what happens. We know now our axis of symmetry goes right through our vertex. And our vertex is the lowest point, right there. And because now we know the vertex, we have our axis of symmetry, so we know we have a mirror image. So if I went over to the point negative 1, 1, 0, 1, this one right there, I know that if I had to go into to the axis of symmetry, if I went 2 more over, that would be the next point on the graph. And if I went up to my next point up here at negative 1, 6, I had to go in 1, 2, 3. So if I go 3 units from the axis of symmetry, 1, 2, 3, I know that the other side of the parabola will be right there. And I can actually just connect my dots now using what I know about a parabola. And there. So now we've found the vertex. We said our vertex is at the point x is 2, y is negative 3. And the axis of symmetry is, remember, it's always the equation x equals something. In this case, it looks like 2 is x equals 2. And that is how you use a little bit of intuition and an XY table to graph a parabola. Thanks for watching.